Hi guys, welcome to WebSense Pro. I'm your host Bilal Nasir with a new feature release video related to Shopify. So Shopify has recently released a new 8.0.0 on all of the free themes. Dawn, Fresh, Sense theme, all of the theme have been updated to 8.0.0 and they have added a ton of new cool features. And I'm going to walk you through side by side. So in one tab group, I'll have 7.0.1 and on one tab group, I'll have 8.0.0 in order to walk you through, guys, all of the latest feature which they have released. So if you want to learn, stick to the video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, right? Without further ado, let's jump into the screens. Okay guys, so I have this official release notes from Dawn theme, which are released on February 9, 2023 in version 8.0.0. And the one of the most important feature which they have added is ability to adjust the product featured image. They have highlighted in yellow, and that was the most demanding feature. So if we go to 7.0.0, 7.0.1, you can see that the featured image height is way too long and it's crossing the screen height. But if you go on Dawn 8.0.0, you can see that the height of the image is adjustable to the screen automatically, no matter whatever the size of the image is. I have created these two different tab groups. One is for Dawn 7.0.1 and the other one is for Dawn 8.0.0 in order to show you guys side by side what are the features which they added in Dawn 8.0.0, and that's one of the features. Now, if we go to the product customize section in Dawn 8.0.0, we have this drop down where it says large, medium, small. We can adjust our product featured image by selecting this drop down, and we can enable and disable the feature for image to be automatically adjusted. So if we don't want our image to be adjusted automatically, we can simply uncheck it. One other feature which they have added is the zoom feature. We can enable and disable it. In 7.0.1, we don't have this feature to disable the zoom, right? But in Dawn 8.0.0, we have this feature to disable the zoom. So now you can see that this zoom icon, we can simply disable it by clicking on no zoom. So that's the one of the most important feature which they have added in Dawn 8.0.0. Now let's move on to the second feature which they have added. Hey guys, next point is one of my favorite, which is the ability to add section and apps to your site's header and footer. So what do they mean by that? We were able to add stuff on header and footer, but we were supposed to add it via header.liquid file and footer.liquid file. Now we can do that via online store editor. Let me show you how. So let's go to our customize in Dawn 8.0.0, and if I see the header, you can see that there's an add section option where we can add section below header, and similarly we have this on footer, we can add section below footer, right? So let's click on add section and try adding it. So as you can see, we have this option to add custom liquid. Previously we were supposed to do it by going to header.liquid and footer.liquid, but now we can add a custom code just by going to the customize, which is an online editor. If we go to 7.0.1, and you can see that we don't have this option here. We cannot add new sections on header and footer. Now let's try adding it on footer as well. Let's first add in header and just add an h1 maybe to see how it works. So custom liquid also accept the HTML code. Testing heading. So as you can see, it's showing up just right below the header. We weren't able to do that in 7.0.1. Now we can do that in 8.0.0. Similarly, we can do that in footer as well, and we can move this section as well. So we can move this above header, as you can see, and we can also move it above the announcement bar. So if you want to position it to our desired position, we can do that as well. Similarly, we can do that in footer as well. So let's try there as well. Click on custom liquid, and in custom liquid, let's add in the test heading, and here we go. You can see that it's showing up below footer. I can move it above footer as well. So that's the latest feature. And in footer, we have an additional section which says email sign up. So we can just add email sign up to whatever position we need. We don't have this under header, and we don't have any more options like if we click within the page content, we have this lots of different blocks. But for now, we don't have it in header and footer. We can only add custom liquid in header, and we can only add custom liquid and email sign up in footer. So that was our second point. Okay, now let's move on to the third one. Okay, in third point, in 8.0.0, we have multi-row section. Let's test it out how it looks. Now click on add section and search for multi-row. You can see that we have this multi-row section, which is in 8.0.0. It wasn't available in 7.0.1. You can see that we have on one side text heading, and on the other side we have image. And if we try to search in 7.0.1, you can see that we don't have this section. It's really cool looking section, which we can definitely benefit with. Now let's move on to the fourth point. Here we have a new setting which will adjust the product featured image height to make it fit, and also we have the option to display it on its original size. So click on product information here in our online editor. You can see that we have this setting called media fit. We can select it as original, so it will display in its original constraint height, and we can optionally select it to fill. When we select on fill, you can see that it will cover up the area on right and left hand side to make it fill completely to our product page, and it won't look bad. I mean, it won't have left and right spacing when we open the product. So as you can see, we have this left and right spacing. When we select fill, it will completely fill up the area. Okay, now let's move on to the next point, which we have the product page now displays quantity rules, and the product page also indicates if a buyer already has a quantity for item in the cart. What do they mean by that? Now let's go to our online editor, and so that's a product page. Now if we click on add block, we have this inventory status block which we can add to our product page, and it will show up like this. You can see that it's showing up the stock status of the product. So currently we have 2 left in this item. Now if we go to the product where we have multiple variants, so for example, the product in my store t-shirt have multiple variants. Let's scroll down. Now you can see that one of the variant have, so this quantity is showing up on variant basis. So 2 stock left, and it's for red color. Now if I click on black color, it won't show the quantity. Now let's first save, and let me show you guys how it looks. Okay, let's go to that product from my store, and here's the product. Now in red color, we have this 2 left, but if I go to black, you can see that we don't have any quantity left, and it shows out of stock, right? And similarly, if I click on white, we have 3 left for the white color. So that's a really cool feature where we can display our customer per variant quantity. So whether if it's available in red color, white color, or whatever, if we have sizes in our products, we can also tell our visitor that this size is available in that quantity, hurry up to buy that. If it's finished, then it won't be available. We can make up something like that to speed up our sales. So that's a really cool feature. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. So guys, next one is we added an option for buyers to follow your store on the Shop app. So Shopify has an app called Shop. You can see that here. So that's the icon of the shop. The Shopify has this app on Android and iOS where all of the stores show up, and buyer can scroll through the products and buy the products from that store. And Shopify has added an option to your store where you can add a follow button. So when you add this app to your store, the buyers will have an option to follow your store on that Android and iOS app which Shopify has created. It's a little long topic which I'll cover some other day on another video. So for now, let's switch on to the next one, where we have a new block icons in product information section. So in 8.0.0, they have focused a lot on a product, obviously, because it's an e-commerce platform. They should be focusing on product more and more. And in this point, we have this new block where we have text with icon, icon with text. You can see that here, and we can add it under product information. So you can see these three icons showing up, right? Cool looking icons, which we have it here. We can add these icons, three icons in our product information. We can choose any icon. So they have a whole lot of list in like we can choose it from price tag, and let me drag and drop it to the top. So let's scroll it to the top. Now let's play it around. You can see that we have these icons, plain, a lot of different icons which we can add to our product information. That's a really cool new feature which they have it. I really love it. Keep going on Shopify. Really good. Okay. So we add an option to disable zoom on product image. I already walked you through, guys, on our first point where we have an option to disable and enable zoom on product images. We added an inventory and SKU block to the product information section that I also showed you guys for inventory. So now they have an option to enable to display the SKU as well. Previously, it wasn't available. Now we can display SKU. So click on add block, and here you have SKU. You can display the SKU of the product and of that variant. So we haven't added the SKU for this product yet. You can add it on the product backend. So if we go to the product backend, let me show you guys where you can add SKU of the product. Let's open up a new tab and add SKU to the product. Apologies for the long video, guys. I wanted to cover all of the points in one video, and I'll add the chapters on the video so you guys can easily switch back from one chapter to another. Okay, now that's the product called t-shirt, and I'm going to add SKU to this product. Add in the block, hit save. And now let's add an SKU to all of the variants. SKU1, SKU2, SKU3, SKU4. That's just a dummy SKUs which I have added in order to show you guys how it looks. Okay, after hitting save, let's go to the t-shirt product, click refresh. And now you can see it's showing the SKU for the specific variant which we have selected. If I go to red, you can see that SKU1 is showing, which is the SKU for the red one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next point we have, guys, brand information block, which they have added in footer. So that's the point. And now if we go to footer, we have this brand information block. You can add this brand information block by clicking on add block. So if we go to brand information, we can display the social media icons here, and we can display the text which will be coming through brand information. So social media icons can be added from theme settings here. Click on theme settings, and you will have an option to add social media icons here, which will be displayed on brand information block. Similarly, we have brand information. So click on edit brand information, and here you will have a section. You'll have this option to add brand information, test headline, oops, sorry, test description. So that's the dummy information related to my brand. It will display on brand information block, and it was not in 7.0.1. We have this on 8.0.0. And the next point is added a medium height option in image with text section. So if we go to image with text section, that's the image with text section that was already available in 7.0.1, but in image height we didn't have option for medium. So let's go to 7.0.1, and you can see that 7.0.1 have small and large but didn't have medium. Now we have the option where it says medium. Okay, next is okay, that we already discussed on the first point, which is added more width option and resize default width of the product image on featured product section. So I don't think we need to discuss it again. Okay, we add an option to automatically reduce the size of your logo with a sticky header when you scroll down the page. That's a really important feature. Okay, now let's test it out. Let's first add the logo header and click on theme settings to add the logo. Let's select the image. Let me first download the logo. So I'm going to go to my website and download the logo and try testing the feature of automatically resizing. Save image. Let's save it in desktop. And now let's add it to our store. Let's drag and drop. Okay. Here we have the logo added. Click select. And let's go back to sections, header. You can see they also added the sticky header option. So that was also not available. In Dawn 7.0.1, sticky header will only show up when you scroll up, not scrolling down. So that was the default behavior. So if you go to 7.0.1 and go to header, you can see that this drop down menu is not there, the sticky options. So they have this enable sticky header, but it only shows up when you scroll up. It goes away when you scroll down. Now they have added a drop down, and they didn't even mention it on this point. We add an option to automatically scroll when you scroll down the page. Okay, they mention automatically resizing of the logo, but they didn't mention the sticky header additional option which they have added. So when you scroll up, or you always wanted to display the sticky header, and you want, so here's the option where it will reduce the logo when the sticky header is enabled. So let's go to this option, hit save, and test it out. Okay, now hit refresh, and here we have logo. And now when I scroll down, you can see that it's reducing the size. Pretty cool, right? So that was one of the important feature which was missing in 7.0.1, and I have created a video separately to add this feature on how to add logo on sticky header and how to add a transparent header. You can watch that video. I'll put the link in the video description. Okay, what's the next point? We added a checkbox to show policy links on your site footers. Okay, go to the footer section, and here we have this new point added where it says to add the store policies. Go to policy settings, and you can simply enable the check mark to enable the policy links. So I currently don't have the policy added, so let's go to policy settings and add in some dummy information in policy settings to see how it looks. So it's under settings, legal. Okay, that's new. Okay, so that's the store policy. Test refund policy test terms of service. Just wanted to see how it looks. Hit save. And now let's go back to the customize and add in to our footer. Online settings, click on customize, go back to the footer, enable the policy links. Okay, where does it show? Okay, here it is. So let's hit save and go back to the store, hit refresh, and now scroll down to the footer. So here we have refund policy and terms of service showing up, and we don't need to create pages for that. It will show up like automatically. We don't need to create pages for that. So that's the additional feature which they have added. So that's it for the video, guys. I have discussed all of the points which all of the features which was added by Dawn in version 8.0.0 in February 9, 2023 release. If you like the video, don't forget to comment in the video below and let me know what more you would like to learn in Shopify. I would love to create more videos for you. Until next video, have a great day.